Right guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. In this one I'm just going to be showing you how to change the front wheel bearings in a Fulcrum Racing 5 aluminium road rim brake wheel. So I'll go ahead, let's run through the steps. Right, so here we have the wheel. Now what we're going to do to start with is on the side where you've got the 2.5mm hex head there, starting on this side. The other side doesn't have it, as you can see, nothing there. So we're starting on this side. Now the piece on the end there, the grey coloured piece, dark grey, we're going to need to remove that first. So there's a couple of ways of doing it. If you've got a vice, you can lay the wheel in a vice, clamp it up on there like so, and then using the wheel rim, pull up on the wheel rim to remove it. Now if you haven't got a vice, then you get yourself a pair of grips like so. So you clamp those on there like that, and now if you pull, you've got to pull hard. It's not just gonna come out. You've got to hold on to the rim tight and then pull it as hard as you can. Like so, to remove it. So once you remove that, you put it to one side. Now what we want to do then is, with the 2.5mm hex head Allen key, is undo that. You can see it there. To undo that, so you've got to loosen it off. You don't have to remove it right out, you just slacken it off. And once you've loosened it, you can unthread it, just hold the other opposite side, and then you can just undo that. Right, so we'll just undo that all the way till you remove it, like so. And then what we can do is just push it on this side, just pop the shaft through and out, like so. There's the actual shaft going through the middle. Just put that to one side, and then you see in the end there, there's a washer. So take that out. You see the bearing in the end. If you turn the wheel round, you see the cap again on this side. Just pop off the plastic cover like so, and then you see the washer in this side. So you just get a little screwdriver. If it doesn't come straight out, just get a little screwdriver and just flick that out of there. Right, so there's the other washer. So now you can see the opposite side wheel bearing as well. So I'll go ahead and get these out. Right, so what I've got here is a block of wood on the floor on a hard surface. Obviously, using a block of wood, you're not going to damage the hub, so don't just put it on the floor. You need a block of wood, and then what you need is a punch like so, and a hammer. And what you want to do is, doesn't matter which side you do first, I'm going to put it down inside and rest it on the bearing. So what it's doing is going down through like so, and it's just resting on the bearing like that, preferably on the metal there. And when you hit it, you just hit a bit there, move it across, give it a tap there, top, bottom, and just crisscross it like that. Don't hit it in one place only, because you'll hit it out crooked and you damage the hub. So we just locate the bearing in the bottom there, and just tap it, and it should come out very easily like so. So there's one of the bearings. Then all we do is turn the wheel over, do the same thing again. And it's easier to see now because there's no bearing in this side, so you can easily see down in there. Literally give it a couple of taps and there it is. So that's both of the bearings removed. So now what you want to do is with your inside your hub, just give it a clean round in there where the bearings are going to sit, wipe it all round or degrease it in there, make sure it's all thoroughly clean, and then we're ready to go ahead and reinstall the bearings. Right, so we got the new bearings. Now always use quality, well-known manufacturer bearings. Never use cheap bearings because they just won't last. It's false economy, so you're wasting your time fitting them. So we've got two bearings there. Now what you need to do is just get some grease and just put around where the bearing's going to sit. Just paint some in there, just a thin coating of grease there, and also just put some around the outside of the bearing as well, and on the face of the seal it's going to be inside the hub, what you don't see, just to help keep the water out of there. Just put a coating over that like so. So once you've done that, you can rest it in place. You can push it in a little bit as well, just feel it start so it's in straight, you're not hitting it in crooked. Now then what you need is a 22mm socket like so. Now I'm showing you it using a socket like this because you can do this job at home, you don't need any special tools. Obviously if you've got a bearing press, then go ahead and use a bearing press, but this way you don't need any special tools, and it's a job that you can complete at home and keep your bike running without having to take it anywhere. So what you're going to do is rest that on there like so. Never hit where the black seal is or the coloured seal is on the bearing, because you'll ruin the bearing before you put it in. We're hitting on the outside of the bearing. Never hit the seal. Just rest that in like that, and then just start it off. Make sure you're not hitting it in crooked. Just give it a tap and you can just take it away and just check it. Make sure it's going in straight. And when it hits the bottom there, you can hear the tone change as it's hit the bottom, and that's one of the bearings installed in there. So all you do now is flip the wheel over and we do the opposite side. So same again, just put some grease round in there where it's going to sit. Just put a bit over the bearing outside, and again on the face that goes inside what you don't see, like so, and just push it in place to start it. And same thing again, you socket. And there you have, that's both bearings installed. So now we go ahead and reassemble the axle. Right, so before we put the axle through, what we'll do is we just put some grease there on the inside the bearing there, just help it slide through and help it get so it doesn't get stuck on at a later date. And then what you want to do is just put some grease on the face of the bearing like so, and then with one of your washers like that, Now it's got a bump on one side, so the bump like that be going in, so you just pop it in place, and then get your axle. Make sure you wiped any of the old grease and grime off it first, and then we're going to slide that through. So we just put a bit of grease there and over there as well. Put a little bit on the thread on the end. And what we'll do is just slide it through the washer. Like so. Then what you can do is put your cap back over your plastic cover, back over the side like that. That just clips on there, and then turn the wheel round, and back on this side. So then what we'll do, same thing again, we'll just put a bit of grease over the face of the bearing. Then we get the washer again, place that over, and then you get your collar there with the hex head on it. Screw that in. So you're pushing through like that on this side, just holding it in place. Wind that all the way in, like so. If you keep spinning round before it's hit the bottom, then what you can do is on the opposite side, you just hold a pair of pliers there, just to grip it on the silver piece on the other side, and then just make sure that it's actually tight. So just do it until it stops moving, it won't go no more. And then we can tighten up 2.5mm there. So tighten that back up and just nip it up. That just stops that collar moving. Just tighten it back up. Then the piece of the axle there on the end where your quick release goes through, before you put that back in, just put some grease on the inside like so, and also just put some grease around the end of it because there's no ring on there, and that's what makes it tight to pull out. So just grease that first. Then go ahead, push that back in place like so, and then when you've done that, you just put back over your cover, plastic cover there that goes on this side, clip that in place there. So that's the axle reassembled. Right, so I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more cycle related content. Till next one, ride safe and I'll see you then.